right, we are back at it. This is going to be number two. I didn't do anything yesterday because nothing happened. But today, I can say, look at me in my nice little van lounge. Okay, so I think that the audio worked best with this microphone, so I'm going to try that out again. I liked it anyway, and I just posted the first video today, which was really cool. So this will be number two. Wow. Today was busy. I finally got my Vevor, V-E-V-O-R heater. And I think I explained it a little bit in the last video, but I'll explain it a little bit more in this one. If you don't know who I am, my name is Isaac Wellhausen, or Ike, if that's my stage name. That's what I've gone by for most of my life. But more recently, I've switched back over to my real name, which is Isaac. I know my mom would be happy. I know my family cannot get over it. They love calling me Isaac, so I will remain Isaac. And I think I just have shed that egocentric Ike. I'm not quite that person anymore. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I am doing Vanlife, and if you've not seen the video from before, please do check into that. Feel free to like and subscribe things if this is interesting to you. What my channel and what I'm trying to do right now, this little podcast here, what I'm trying to do is detail the journey of me, an actor, Isaac, trying to live in New York via Vanlife. So if you don't know what Vanlife is, there are tons of cool TikTok accounts and things you can kind of get an idea of. Those are all pretty glamorized because most people don't have that kind of availability and stuff and nice blah, blah, blah. One of the things I never thought I would have enough space or time for, or money, or, power even in the vehicle, was a heater. And so I've been doing a propane heater for a while, and I even made a new connection so I can do a propane heater if I have to do something quick. I rigged it up for my buddy heater so that it can be used that way as well, which is kind of cool. So if I ever decide I need to add anything else propane-wise, I have all the parts now. Not that I'm even using them anymore, but that's a good thing because I just installed that Vevor 3K 12-volt diesel heater. It took all day, so I was waiting for it to arrive for the past 2 days, and it finally arrived today around 2:30. And for reference, it's probably about 10:30 at night for me, and it's Monday. Yeah. And so I started work on it around 2:45, 3 o'clock. I had an idea of where I wanted everything to go. I knew I had to drill through in the van, and we'll see how everything goes as I kind of start driving with the vehicle a little bit more, because I put the exhaust in the tire well, but I put it so that everything will face down, and there will be no chance of things getting in it in theory. We'll kind of just have to see how it goes, but I'm happy with how everything looks so far. I had to open up here on the tire well on the inside as well and kind of get it stationary there. I did lose a little bit of my storage space due to it, but what I think I'll do is kind of build a little divider that kind of keeps it separate for the heater itself. That way I'm not interfering with it or messing with it in any way. But today I had to do all of the things. Drilling, screwing, I had to go through metal, I had to do wiring so I could get the electrical going. And, when I troubleshooted it, luckily, electrical work is kind of in my background. That's one of the things I'm actually decent at, because my brother-in-law owns a landscape lighting company in Indianapolis, Indiana. So if you're in Indianapolis and you need landscape lighting, contact Glimmer Landscape Lighting, and Dustin will help you out. And if Dustin doesn't get you, Kelly will, my sister. But I worked for him for a long time, and that was low voltage wiring, which is exactly this, 12 volt. So all I had to do was add a new line into my fuse box, and I was worried the first thing wasn't working, so when I tried to plug everything in, the power wasn't there, and I was like, oh no, I just put everything away, so I had to pull everything back out, not everything, but most of it, just to get the power checked, and then I finally got the power working, and that didn't take too long. It took me an extra 25 minutes. And then once that happened, I had to try and figure out the fuel situation. So I went and got some diesel fuel to throw in there, and the pump is just this little baby pump. And so it takes a little bit of time to really get any of the oil flowing. And for some reason, I wasn't able to prime it. It just didn't really give me that option. I followed all the instructions that are available. Otherwise, you'll find out with this product, there really are no instructions. That makes sense because the pictures do not line up with what the words are saying. It's a Chinese brand. I just don't think that it's laid out as well as it could be. So I watched another YouTuber, and he kind of helped me guide my journey. I'll link him in this video as well because it really helped me just kind of spitball as to what I wanted to do. With anything that you see on YouTube, just know that they're doing what works best for their vehicle, for their style, for whatever. Me, I'm a run and gun kind of person. Everything that I built like myself. My dad helped with some of the finer stuff. I'm not a carpenter. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a plumber. I'm not any of these things, but I know how to do them well enough to get by. And what I did today was pretty much do it well enough to get by. And I'm very satisfied with the end product. So after some troubleshooting and after the error code, I kept getting E8, which was saying that it's not getting any gas to the actual machine. I ran it 3 times on high to get the pump running. Nothing, no chance of it burning out because it shorts itself out or it will turn itself out off before it does anything like that. It took a second, but it finally got there and started blowing some really hot air. Now, good things about it, it really warmed up the van really quickly. I think if I ran it for longer than 20 minutes, it was going to be scorching in here. Right now, my van says that it is 54 degrees and outside is 38, just to give you an idea. And for me, it's perfectly comfortable. I know I'm wearing sweats and stuff like that, but it's actually not that bad. Especially once you get acclimated to it, it's really not bad at all. But with this, I really feel it's going to make a huge impact on my living in New York. It does make a little noise outside. I will say that for sure. The muffler may have to go on. I have 2 mufflers just in case the noise is too loud. But I decided I'd leave it off for now just to make sure everything was working first. And I can always add that whenever because I have the parts and it will take me no time to add it if I feel that I need it. And that's the cool part about all this stuff is like you build something to fit your needs as they arise. And the way that I did everything today it wasn't perfect. I had to make some holes. I had to fill some holes after I made some wrong holes. And I just kind of kept trying to figure out what I was doing as I was going. And you can plan it out as much as you want to in your head, but when you're in a van like this or anything where it's not a normal structure, you're going to face a lot of challenges. And those challenges are going to be, I can't quite get the drill in at this angle, so how do I get the holes that I need? How do I cut into something like I need to? Today, I needed a hole saw that was much larger than my friend Cody had, so I ended up just using a jigsaw. And, is it the prettiest hole? Trying to make an actual hole? No, absolutely not. But it does the job. The cover covers it completely, and it looks great. Did I put it in the best spot for the van? Yes. Did I put it in the best spot for everything in the van? No, because now I can't lift the seat all the way up to access my fridge, but it's not something that will affect my use of the fridge. It's just for a nice, easier way of when you're loading up the fridge. Now, it's just going to be a little bit more of the same. Everything in the van you'll find is just a little bit more difficult than everyday life, and that's why we live in the van, is to find and use and exist for whatever we may need in that moment. And I think that that's what a lot of people lack in this day and age for themselves, and myself included. I'm not discluding myself, is that we get all these things, and we forget how we just need to have basic necessities. And for me, that basic necessity at present is heat. So I will be very excited to test this out. I'm going to turn it on a little bit later tonight right before I go to bed, see how it works for me. If it works great, perfect. If I'm seeing, it's a little too hot or it's a little bit too much, that's still a good thing because I know it's going to be dropping to 8 degrees or so later this week. So I'm prepared. So I'm still in New Jersey. For those of you that were wondering, I'm still in Vineland, New Jersey with my friends. They were kind enough to let me use their tools and things and their space. I'm plugged in via shore power as well, just to get a little extra power before I go. My solar's been great. I just got to refresh the batteries every once in a while with a plug-in. I feel like that just helps. But I'm going to New York tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing. And I am going to have so many people and cool things to see and do, and I'm going to pursue my life. First audition is going to be on the 1st, so hopefully I get this video up before then. If not, I'll tell you in the next video how it goes. But this is van life for an actor, and it's going to be a really cool experience. And I'm so grateful that everyone is along with me on this journey. And if this is something that interests you, again, just let me know. Comment away. If you have questions, please put them in the comments, because I don't know. I don't know how this is all supposed to work out, but we're going to have a good time with it. So please, 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 please let me know if there's anything I can do. And if you have any suggestions as well, let me know. I'm not perfect at any of this, and it's going to be truly just figuring it all out, and I can't wait. So thank you very much. I will see you all very soon. Until the next one, see you.